then, as we have got our players ready to go. To the top right hand side, kicking us off here is the blue Terran player. This is KeeN. Bottom left hand side, our red pros player here is Patience. So when we saw this game yesterday, it was a pretty when they saw this map yesterday, it was a pretty interesting map, and it was a pretty quick game that we saw. So hopefully to see something a little bit different here, as we do see these inhibitor zones slowing down this probe already. So the inhibitor zone's a big part of this map. You got 1 or 2 kind of position on the common pathways if you go around the side, and obviously the ones in the middle to slow down the rush timing across through the center there. So getting this set to start and seeing just what is going to happen. From an SCV, going to have a little bit of a fight here to get us started as well, so a little bit of a skirmish. A little bit of a fight between the two. Probe now going to start pulling back down to the bottom left-hand side. So probe pulling back down towards the bottom left, SCV on a little bit of a patrol. Obviously just looking for an expansion. So both players going to expand early here. Tokyo Turbo Cruise 84 as we get this started. I love the aesthetics of this map, by the way. It's like pink and neon, and it's got like some blue in there, and it's like, it's awesome. I actually really like this one. Aesthetically, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan for kind of like dark colors which then have like neon highlights and stuff, so this map just speaks to me like a lot. But I don't know, it feels simplistic while being very interesting, right? And I think that's very very important here, right? Having, maps that don't go overboard in the graphics but are still fun to look at, because you don't want to have, you don't want to play on the map that looks terrible for the next few months, right, on the ladder. And it's one of the things that we talked about before. I think Rotterdam's a big promoter of this. The idea of, why can't we, as the Reaper gets 2 probes, nice start from KeeN, why can't we have a setup where, if a map does stay in the map pool for a long time, why can't we, why can't we keep it? Like, why can't we just change the color scheme? And obviously, maybe it depends on the map makers and what they want to do. But for example, when we had Abyssal Reef in the map pool for what felt like almost a year, Abyssal Reef wouldn't have been that bad if we were just like, you know what, let's do Abyssal Reef on fire, which makes no sense because it's underwater, but whatever, like, I know, like, maybe it's not, not everyone's a fan of that, but I feel like for me, aesthetically, that would be really cool. It'd be like, it looks nice and different, and it's just a little bit of a refresh. Maybe it doesn't matter all that much. I mean, if you're just a hardcore gameplay sort of StarCraft fan, then how the maps look probably doesn't bother you too much. As we do see, the early game opening here going to be a 1-1-1 setup out of KeeN. The Oracle about to pop from Patience's Stargate, so Oracle going to head across the map. Now, main to main, he will fly through a couple of inhibitor zones on his way across here, so flying through the first one. And obviously this will slow him down, but then he should have, oh, nope, he actually turns into the next one, realizes that, and fixes it up a little bit, as the Oracle going to sit out over to the right side. So Oracle hanging out here as we see a couple of extra gates being added in. So 2 more gateways being thrown down at the front. So again, Patience kind of going up to those 3 gates pretty quickly in every game so far. This game obviously a little bit different with the fact that he's up against, he's going for the Stargate, so he's going to be accompanying these gateways with some Phoenix at the moment, rather than what we saw earlier with the Raw Prism and stuff like that. Oracle just pulling around towards the upper left-hand side, as we do see the 2 Cyclones, the Viking, and the few Marines from KeeN coming through the middle of the map here. So KeeN get a little bit of a push going as well. Remember, he does get slowed down by these inhibitor zones. As Patience comes over, he's going to see a whole bunch of nothing in the natural, as that is something. Oh, that's me. Oh, damn. Oh, dear.
Game paused.
Hello, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Test, test, test. No, we're still dropping frames. Hello, hello. We're still dropping frames. That's not good. I'm going to try and give the stream a quick reset, guys. Because my game looks like it's better. So maybe if I just give the stream a quick reset, or if we stop dropping frames. Okay. I think we're okay. So let's get this ready to start up. And let's give this a shot. Sorry for that, guys. I told you my told you my internet was having a little bit of a hissy fit, and it really went and had a little bit of a hissy fit. So apologies for that. You didn't miss much. Just me completely lagging out. Let's get back into this. You see a couple of Phoenix, the Oracle coming forwards. Oh, the Phoenix lifted up both those Cyclones already. Oracle still taking some more damage. The Probes are going to have to pull through this choke point. That's nasty. You want a choke point to push through there. Marines do get taken down though by the Oracle. The Cyclone's still now in play. There's a couple of Adepts fighting. More Marines pushing forwards. Oh, can Patience hold on to this? This wall's very funky. He's going to lose power to all of his gateways, and he's just not quite going to be able to survive this attack, I don't think. Even with the inhibitor zone slowing down this attack, it's still hit pretty quickly here. And it's being able to come across and make Patience off so quickly. Just like that. So, pretty fast game. Just out of nothing, but I do wonder a little bit as to what the timing is like in terms of how fast is it to move from natural to natural on that map with the inhibitors compared to, say, moving from natural to natural on a regular map. Yeah, interesting. Guys, the top left-hand side here, we have up a game our red Terran player. This is going to be KeeN. And to the bottom right, our blue Protoss, we have got Patience. So KeeN versus Patience game number 2, and KeeN is going to throw down the proxy barracks. These guys are just loving proxies today, aren't they? You know, this seems to happen in one group in every TLMC where there's just a group that's like, you know what? Let's proxy a bunch of let's just proxy a bunch of racks and this and that and all the rest of it. Alright. Well, as we set up into this here, this gateway is about to finish up. If you're just tuning in, if you're just wondering what's going on in this group so far, we have had Patience has been having a mixture of successes. 2-0 sold, 0-2 against Bunny, now 0-1 down against KeeN. This is our 4th matchup of the day so far. So, 4th matchup of the day. And yeah, we got 10 matchups in total, so 20 maps total for you guys by the time we are done. So, waiting for that proxy to obviously kick in. The Reaper has just arrived into the main and having a little bit look to see what's happening over here at the moment. Couple probes already going down. Patience trying to pull a lot of probes to fight this as well, so that's starting to become a little bit costly as the Reaper grenade goes down. And the Stalker going to be able to pick that Reaper up, so Reaper goes down there. And we are having the next Reaper coming in, but obviously one Reaper a little bit less effective than 2. So a little bit of a shame to lose it, but he'll come right in, go for that next probe as well, which is already a bit low. As the Stalker will end up cleaning up this Reaper with one more probe lost. So at the end of the day, not all too bad. I see that Stalker going to move out onto the map. And while the barracks off to the right-hand side here, another Reaper still on the way up, so KeeN continue to press in towards that Reaper play. He did build the factory at home, starport on the way up at home as well as he begins to expand. So we should see a little bit of a longer game eventually out of this. Grenade going to hit the Stalker by just a couple of moments, nothing too crazy. Two Stalkers just sat on the front of the natural. Again, Twilight Council about to finish up here. starport about to be completed as well. And we do see that command center just drop down to the side of the main base. That's about to float down to the natural. He's built as close to the natural as possible without actually having to kind of go and do stuff here. Alright, sorry, a little bit distracted at the start of this game, but as the cyclone gets turned away and the proxy dies down, I want to show you guys a little bit of this map. That cyclone getting some good damage done, but you can't stick around. This map is interesting because you have the choice of moving towards this gold base here, which has a rich Vespene geyser as well. But it is very exposed from attacks from the other side of the minerals, right? And you have to mine through these little minerals here to get there. So if you opt to go for the third base here and then up towards this base, that could be a kind of an expansion pattern that works. But I feel like the more popular pattern is always going to be to the left-hand side rather than moving up that right side. If you're Patience, for example. So moving across in a line rather than creating a little pocket triangle set of expansions. 1, 2, 3, and then maybe moving up to that fourth. But I hope we get to see some longer games on this map, just to see if that gold base gets used, to see if players find a way to incorporate that into their games. It's not something that you're going to see in a 10-minute long game, because not only does it, just the gold base out of the way, but you also have to make your way through the mineral wall off, right? Now, that said, there is a weird way as well, where super late in the game, it might be you can take a hatchery here, and you just don't take the gas, but you can mine these minerals. And of course, the most interesting thing is as these minerals mine out and you get rid of these minerals here, that's a whole new attack path that opens up on the map as the game continues through. So the map changes as time passes by on this one. As you see, a probe getting picked off by that Banshee. So probe going down there, Pylon taking some damage here too. As we are going to be seeing a Banshee tank, a couple more Marines on the way up, Forge and the Robo Bay built here as well for Patience. So continuing through with this, and the Stalker's able to pick off that Banshee. So first Banshee here from KeeN, not doing a lot. We saw some Banshees earlier today against Patience from Soul, getting a lot of damage done. Patience still able to win out despite that. It was a bit of a wacky game on, was it Disco Bloodbath, that one? I think it was. But yeah, the first Banshee KeeN doesn't really do much at all. And now we're going to be seeing the Banshee coming all the way down to the bottom side, ready to press on forwards. Colossus being chrono boosted out here from Patience. The +1 attack on the Forge still coming in as well. We are going to be seeing again that Banshee just flying through the bottom side of the map, just looking for an opportunity, looking for an opening. Patience doesn't have a shield battery right in the center of the mineral line here, so there's definitely a few kind of probes up for grabs. That's definitely not the probe you want to hit, because pretty much any other probe than that one will not be healed super quickly. It depends on where they are at the time. He forces some lost mining time, forces the probes to pull away, so that works out quite nicely. As Banshee pulls back away through the bottom side here, those Stalkers from Patience continuing to gather together as well. And Banshee is all the way back into that bottom left-hand corner here now. So Banshee backs away all the way over into the corner, and he's just going to be hiding away. So being brought back into play a little bit later on. KeeN is on that 5-rack style once again here in the TVP. It's something that we've obviously seen quite a lot of lately. So going to be seeing that 5-rack style again. Remember, we also have some PvZ finally coming up after this series as well. Patience versus True. I've just now realized that we're kind of doing all of the same matchups in a row. Like, all the TVPs have been in a row. And then we're going to get the PvZ to break up the TVTs, which are probably going to start up after this as well. We've got a few TVZs to cast also. So, yeah, they're all going to be a little clumped together. So apologies for that, guys. But, well, you know what? It's kind of nice going from the same matchup to the same matchup, because you can see how the players play it a bit differently time and time again. Coming down the left-hand side as we see KeeN pushing across through the center. So KeeN with quite a push going at the moment. We see a couple of Widow Mines and Medivacs on the far right side as well. Going to continue down. And this Banshee from KeeN coming over is not going to do a lot of this shield battery here. Kind of now positioned in the natural expansion too. Even if he just pulls a couple of units back for a moment or so, though, that's really nice because it gives him the chance to get in position with the rest of his army. Drop into the main base. Widow Mine's going to be a bit of a distraction here as well. That Banshee does get in position, and the Stalkers are all the way back over here actually. So Stalkers in a position where, there's a couple probes go down. They're not really in location to stop this push forward. So I think this is where KeeN should capitalize. Finds an observer, takes that down. His Banshee is still killing Stalkers actually, which is not meant to happen, trust me. Colossus obviously the biggest threat here. The tank target by the Colossus down, though, that would be amazing. First Force Seal's dropping into place. Widowmine's trying to burrow on top of Colossus as well to do something, but I think Patience has too much. He's not going to die after this at all. We are going to be seeing this army continue to push through from Patience very easily, actually. The Widowmines just did nothing. KeeN didn't have enough, and Patience takes game number 2, tying this up against KeeN 1-2.